Page 2 of the practice exam. I'm trying out a little bit different. I'm using a screencast that will record as I type and I can talk. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, number 3. Arkansas Corp is preparing its statement of cash flows using the indirect method. It provides the following information about transactions for the year. And it gives us some information regarding our long-term plant and equipment. What was the amount of net cash provided or used for investing activities? All right, so investing activities, what you want are the cash going in and out the door. So this one, there's a bunch of numbers there, but really we only need 2 numbers on here. All right, we want equipment purchased with cash, and that's going to be a negative $65,000 because cash went out the door, so I'm going to subtract that out. And then I sold equipment, and I'm going to assume I sold it for cash. So equipment sold for cash, and I received $19,000 for it. So just add those 2 numbers together. I don't really want that underline going all the way across. So 19 minus 65. So my net cash used was $46,000. And that's it for that one. Okay, let's see what this one wants. We have a lot of information, but let's see what they want. All right, National Record Company uses the indirect method to prepare its statement of cash flows. Refer to the following sections of the comparative balance sheet. So we have some information here about current liabilities, long-term liabilities, and the equity section. Then they give us some extra information. No stock was retired. No treasury stock was sold. They're telling us that because our stock account went up by $42,000. So all of that was where I sold stock, and I got cash for that. The company repaid $60,000 of long-term debt. The company owed $51,000 on a new note. That's why there's only a net difference here of 9, because they paid back 60 and they borrowed 51. And then net income for the year was 68, which is part of our change in retained earnings. Remember, dividends also affect retained earnings. So since my retained earnings should have gone up by $68,000, they only went up by $58,500. So I'm going to say 68 minus the $58,500 that it went up by. 9,500, right? 9,500 is our dividends paid. All right, and then all they want is the financing section. Let me give me a little more room here because I'm kind of out of room. All right, so the financing section, I'm going to have cash for stock. All right, that's going to be $42,000. Then I'm going to have cash paid on note. That's that $60,000. And that one's actually a negative because I paid it, right? Then I borrowed 60. So that is 51,000 to add. Then I paid dividends. So cash paid for dividends is minus 9,500. And then just add those up. So 42,000 minus 60 plus 51 minus 9,500. And my net cash from investing, oh, sorry, it's financing, is $23,500. Let's see what's next. All right, the following is some information presented on the financial statements of a company, and they want a horizontal analysis in the table provided. Okay, so the horizontal analysis is where you first have to figure out, oh, you know what? I already did this page. It's already posted. I'm going to skip it. All right, this one is a vertical analysis of a balance sheet. Okay, on the vertical analysis, you restate everything as a percentage. All right, so this column is going to be a percentage column. On the balance sheet for vertical analysis, total assets is your 100% figure, and then total liabilities and equity is 100%. All right, so then you just divide each element by the total. So this one's going to be, I'm going to insert a column, and then I can put the calculation in here. All right, so this one's going to be 200 divided by 800. Don't know what everything is underlining. So 25%. Let me put 25.0. This one's going to be the 550 divided by the 800. And this one's going to be the 50 divided by the 800. And now I just took out the extra zeros. So I'm going to do 68. It wants us to round to one decimal point. So I'm going to do 68.8%. And 6.2%. And then if you were to add them down, they should add up to the 100%. All right, this is done the same way. So 150 divided by 800. 350 divided by 800. 500 divided by 800. And 300 divided by 800. So this is 18.8. 350 divided by 800 is 43.8. 62.5. All right, so since this is off a tiny bit for rounding, I'm going to just change this one to a 7 because those two should add up to the total liability one. All right, and this is 300 divided by 800, and that is 37.5. And then 62.5 and 37.5 add up to the 100. And that is it.